Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we are, oh gosh, I'm not even plugged into my mic. Stand by one moment. Terribly apologetic for this. That's what happens when you're trying to get your camera set up more than you're trying to get your audio set up. Oh, that doesn't throw it out for a loop. I'm here. Let me set this mic up a little bit better. There we go. Okay. I think we're actually here now. All right. Well, hello, hello, and welcome to the last in this series, at least for now. We might do some more in this series of pose mastery. So these are a little bit more advanced postures, I would say. They're definitely not beginner level peak poses. However, this practice is really open to any and everyone who wants to try it. So just because you might not be ready to do a full hand to big toe pose, don't feel like you're in the wrong place, because you're definitely meant to be here. So something you might want for today is either like a traditional yoga strap, and I like a scarf. It doesn't have to be very big, but something that your foot can almost hammock in, if you know what I mean, right? So you might want that. And then you may also want something to hold on to help with your balance today, because this is probably, of all the poses that we've done, the one that most combines flexibility and balance in order to see it through the whole way. But we're still going to get started. So let's take those legs nice and wide. We're going to start standing today. So inhaling up and exhaling sunflower. So dropping the hands, reaching up to the sky, just kind of waking up the hips. Our hips, our hamstrings, really even like our ankle and our foot are going to do a lot of work for us today in this pose. So we want to warm them up and move through them nice and solid before we get started. When you're ready, you can let your spine round forward, taking that posture down and up. I hope you guys have liked this series. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button so that you always get notified of any lives that we're doing. They're not always yoga, but we do a lot of live fitness here. If you haven't met me before, my name is Gretchen. I'm a health and a life coach. I focus on especially women, especially like 30 and older women, people that just want to see health and longevity and maybe a little bit of body love in their workouts. Stopping about halfway, shoulders back and down. Inhale, reach out. As we exhale, lift one heel, rotate away, and back to center on the inhale. Exhale, other way, twist. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. One more. Coming center, soft knees, shoulders back and down again, tucking the tailbone a little bit. Exhale, slide one arm down, the other over. Inhale. Exhale, slide, and inhale. Just waking up the spine. Legs are static or still, about halfway down. Good. Center, let's take the toes forward. Slightly turned in, if you can see that. Leaning forward to a forward bend, a wide leg forward bend. Now here, if you want something to bring the floor closer to you, like a bench or a table or a block, go for it. You don't have to go all the way down to the ground, but we are waking up the hamstrings. So this is kind of dependent on how we want to see the rest of this practice flow. Kind of listening to our body here, doing what it needs more than what we want to force it to do. Good. From here, let's walk to one side. It doesn't matter which. And let's find a low lunge. So back leg is out. Lunging is here. Good. From here, bending the back knee, placing it down. I'm going to angle so you can see what I'm doing here. Where am I? Okay, the inside arm. See how I've got an angle for this back leg, little stretch here? I'm going to plant this inside arm, either hand down or fist for wrist. And then I'm going to use the hand on my thigh to twist away. So I'm here. You can see the back of my twist, right? So you're seeing that inside arm. You'll get a chance to see it the other way as well. But you do have that opposite hand on your leg twisting, waking up the spine, looking past the shoulder. And coming back to center. This time sitting back into a hamstring stretch here. Toes can go up or down. You know what? Actually, I take it back. For our pose that we're practicing today, the toes need to go up and then sit back a little bit more. So your toes need to point to the sky. You can even take this opposite hand and kind of pull your toes up, or peace sign fingers. It's going to come in handy later. Right in between big toe, second toe. Curl them around the big toe. Pull the foot back. It's going to just come in a little bit handy in a minute. Good. When we're ready, coming out of this pose, pressing to downward facing dog. So we've got that upside down V. Letting the body kind of sink into it. We can alternately bend the knees. Some people call it walking the dog. And then let both heels pull down to the floor as your tailbone pulls up to the sky, letting our chest sink through our arms, lengthening the back of the body. And then our opposite foot's going to come forward for a low lunge. So we're here. You can also drop the back knee, remember? Sinking into it, finding that lunge. Inside hand, fist or flat hand. Outside hand to our thigh, and we press into a twist. So now we're getting that view the opposite direction. Maybe I should have done this first and looked at you first, but either way, I wanted you to see on both sides what's kind of happening with the body. So we're getting that twist, and as you start to twist, as it gets more comfortable, looking back over your shoulder. Good. Coming back to center, sitting it back for a hamstring stretch, toes to the sky. If you'd like, you can pull that toe a little bit, either hand over or peace sign, pulling it in, feeling that release in the back of your leg. And then when you're ready, shifting back into downward facing dog again. And again, this time bending the alternate knees, getting that dynamic stretch, that moving stretch through our foot, through our Achilles, and all of that fascia that's right there below our calf, that connective tissue that needs to be woken up. And then let your heels sink closer to the ground. Let your head sink back. Lengthen. Think about the tail pushing up to the sky, right? If you had a tail on your tailbone, pushing it up straight to the sky, heels down. If you need to bend the knees a little, you can, but you want to keep that focus. When we're ready, slowly walking our hands to our feet. Trying not to wobble side to side too much. And slowly rolling ourselves up to standing. Beautiful. From here, little balance work. Now feel free, if you want, to hold on to something to help you, but you definitely don't have to. In fact, if you're really wanting to get this full pose today, try it first without. We're going to go into tree pose. So foot on the leg somewhere. It doesn't have to be, you'll see people like grabbing their foot and putting it up high. It's fine, but you don't have to do that. Just staying down here so that your heel is not pushing on your knee. Arms out to the side. Now we're going to take that same side arm, bring it up to the sky, bring it to the front, and then bring it back out. Again, up high, down front. You can see my belly just was like, whoa, you're not engaging. Out to the side. Last time through, up high, to the front. Zip the belly, squeeze the bottom, it helps, and to the side. And release. Other side, tree pose. Zip the belly, squeeze the bottom, same side hand. Up high, to the front, to the side, and again. Up, front, and side. Last time. Up, front, and side. I had an easier side, did you? Usually we do. Let's take our legs wide again. Toe forward, toes forward. Hinge halfway. Coming down to the ground. Now we're going to pick a side. Doesn't matter which. I'm going with this side first. It's my right. It might look left to you. I'm going to turn those toes in the opposite direction, or the 90 degrees from where this toe is pointing. So these toes are pointing here. These toes are pointing here. Perfect. From here, I'm going to grab my toe, my foot, or my ankle. I'm going peace sign on the toe, just because I'm working here for this. I'm going to bend my knee, bring the back of my arm to my leg. So it doesn't matter where you are, right? Bring the back of your arm to your leg, somewhere. And then reach up with the hand and try to take it down the body. Yeah? And then here's what we're going to try to do. Raise the hand and straighten the leg for a deep triangle from extended side angle. And we're going to do that 2 more times. Come down. Let me show you some options, right? And straighten. That's the other option. One more time. Here's another option. Come down here and straighten here with some support. I'll hold below my knee. You can hold above too. Good. This time when we come down, we come all the way up. Warrior 2 and reverse warrior. Straightening your legs, turn the toe in, dive down to wide leg forward bend. Let's go to the other side. All right, turn the toes out. Knee is bent. Drop the hips. Find where you want to go with this hand. Toe, thigh, shin. Going for the toe. Drop the knee. Press the arm into the leg. Reach long. Create that length. When you're ready, straighten. Squeeze the bottom, zip the belly, look up at the hand. Let's do it again. Bend. And straighten. Squeeze the bottom. You got it, you got it, you got it. Last time, bend. And straighten. This time when we bend, coming up to warrior 2. A lot going on in that leg. And reverse. Come back to center, toes forward. Last time, wide leg forward bend. This time I want you to shift side to side. Bend one knee, then the other. Good, sliding that body a little bit side to side. And walking the toes in, heel, toe, heel, toe, coming up. Beautiful. All right, are we ready? Let's try out the pose. Now, there are so many different ways to do this pose. We're actually going to do this pose with a bent leg, and then I'm going to show you how to use the strap or your hands. So you're going to have a lot of different options. I recommend doing this practice more than once if you really want to perfect this pose. First time, I still call this hand to big toe pose, but I do understand that this is a variation of it. I want everyone to do this variation together because it's also a prep. Start by lifting one knee. It doesn't matter which, right? And just holding behind it and practice standing up straight. You can hold it with one hand, reach out, but make sure that knee's forward and you're not pulling the leg out to the side. All right? You can do one or two hands. Sometimes two hands helps us keep the knee forward. You can also, at this point, find something to hold on to. From this pose, holding on with one hand, can we straighten the leg as much as we're comfortable? Still holding behind the thigh. Just straightening the leg as much as we're comfortable. Bending the leg and putting it down. Good. Other leg, lifting. Holding, maybe starting with two hands. Now I want you to think about your shoulders because sometimes what happens is, let me go to the side to show you this. All right, sometimes what happens is we go here. See what happened to my shoulders? I want you to think about standing up a little bit and pulling the knee higher and lifting the chest. Our spine should be long throughout this. We never want to let the foot pull us forward. We're like going opposite of it. And again, holding one with one hand if you can. And then from here, straightening the leg. Try to stand up straight. In and down. Opposite hand, so the one we're just holding leg with, comes to the opposite leg. Standing tall. Reaching behind. Now I'm going to shift my view, or I'm going to shift your view, right? So I'm here. And then I'm just going to try to track with my eyes, nice and slow. Look behind. It's amazing how much our eyes are involved in our balance. Maybe stand by. Make sure you're not going to like fall over on something. To come out of it, we turn our head, release our leg, and release our arm. Let's go to the opposite side. Lift the knee. Cross across. Stay tall. Reach behind. Then slowly start to look behind. Coming back to center. And down. Now the last prep for this, we already did actually for the tree with the arm up, but we're going to do it one more way. So we're going to hold behind the leg so it's actually off of this opposite leg. And this time we're reaching opposite arm up and then trying to extend this leg out, whatever that looks and feels like. Just finding that length. In some ways, this feels harder because I'm really having to use all the muscles of my body, bring it in and down, versus having the tension when you hold on to the foot. You'll see what I mean in a minute. From here, holding, reaching, and extending. Don't come down yet. That's just me falling. Then in and down. Nice. Shake it out, shake it out. Grab water if you need it. Grab your, what is this, scarf or yoga strap, whatever you have. Now we're gonna use it on the foot. I'm gonna show you a couple different things. I'll probably do, I don't know, I'll mix it up. We're going to have the foot in this like a hammock. So I'm gonna cover up a lot of my foot with it. If you can see how I've covered up, why am I trying to balance? I can just hold this. How I've covered up most of my foot with this hammock so that it's not gonna slide and slip out, right? Now, a mistake that people make is this. I'm just gonna show it to you so you don't do it. They grab this, got their leg straight, and they pick it up. Why is that a mistake? Because inevitably, they grab it, look at the position of my spine, they hold it, and they're holding their spine here to keep it up. Also, they don't have a lot of tension on it, and they fall a lot easier. Pose is all out of whack, all the things. So this is the first way that I'm going to show you to do this pose. So let's just, try it with a strap here. So I want you to walk your hand close to the foot. Close to the foot. I don't know if you can see. Why do I have so much of that with me? Close to the foot. Knee is forward, hand can be in or out or right in front. Then extend the leg, flex the foot, arm comes out to the side. If you notice, with my spine, this is way more jumping around than I thought it would be. When I extend, my spine can stay straight pretty easily. Hopefully you saw that before I fell out of it. Other option here would be peace sign fingers between big toe and second toe. Extend the leg straight, holding here. Okay, so you've got lots of options. Bringing it when we're ready to come out of it. Bring it in and down. Holy moly. Okay, I think I showed you all your options on that side. That is a lot of me jumping around to show options. So now you know you can use the strap, or you can use your fingers, or you can keep the leg bent. You can also do a bent leg with the strap, right? If you want to. Pick what you want to do on this side. I'm going to stick with the strap. I just feel really stable there today. Once I get around my foot, I stand up and I bring my hand close to my foot, arm out, and extend. It's a lot easier just kind of picking my option and going into it than trying to talk during it, because you can see very easily what happens when I try to talk. Good. Come out of it, bring it in, and down. Now we have a couple more options, right? Remember that twist option that we did? Same hand that was holding. Either you have two options. So you can go into the strap, or I might try to do this one without the strap. I might hold a little balance here. You can cross it over, holding beside the pinky toe, extending here, and then twisting. Okay? So that was your hand-on option. Pick an option, hand-on or strap. Extend and open, and you can bring the eyes to the hand if you want. Oh, I like having this here because I can correct my balance if needed. Standing a little taller, bring it in and down. Of course, you can hold for longer if you need to, but we are on a time budget here. So I do want to say one thing. Don't fret. You've seen me flipping and falling and all that stuff. Nothing is wrong with holding on. In fact, it's probably better than falling everywhere. I know you're like, Gretchen, you've been falling. Yeah, I know. I know. I've been talking, and this isn't necessarily the pose that I am most adept at, and that's okay. I think that's something that we can learn as yoga teachers is don't just always teach the poses that you're good at. Teach the poses that make you fall. Let them see you are a real person. If y'all don't know that I'm real by now, welcome to my channel. All right, bringing that hand in. I'm gonna hold on this time. Tall. I'm gonna use this to help me rotate. Ooh, man. Now I'm feeling that flexibility part of this. Coming back to center, in and down. Again, we're not holding it for very long because we're on a time budget, but you know now how to get in and out of it, and you can incorporate in your practice. To go to the other side, or the extended, right? We did. That was actually rotation. Then we're going to do some external rotation of the hip. That was rotation of the spine. Holding on, getting into whatever you did. Holy moly, girlfriend. Oh, I'll show you hands first. Whatever you did to get into an extended position. And then just take a second, stand up taller, and pull it out to the side. I'm holding on for balance. You don't have to. You can reach out to the side. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm like not balanced. You can reach up. Whatever you do, squeeze the bottom, stand tall. In, center, and down. Getting that up, then out, in, then down is important for how our hip moves. Understand if you fall out of it. All right, I'm going with my trusty little strap on this side. Holding tight, getting my hand where I want to be, getting into my extension, then opening out to the side. And falling. Oh, I'm you know what? I'm taking it. When you're ready, bring the knee in and down. So good. So good. So as you can probably see, and this may not have been the most challenging for you, sometimes the most challenging pose is the one without the craziest picture, like revolved triangle. That one doesn't look that hard, but I'm telling you, if you're a runner or a walker or someone that does a lot of straight line movement a lot, that can be challenging because you're putting your body in a different plane. Oh, my friends, let's counter this pose with just a chest opener today. Drop the chin, thumbs up. Take the arms up to a V. Drop the chin, pull the head back, not up, straight back, V. Let the shoulders drop. Pull the elbows into a W, keeping the back of the neck open. Oh, this is so good. I feel that area right like my traps, the place that I hold up when I worry. Stretching. L, thumbs up, start to pull the hands back. T, thumbs out. And thumbs down, bring them closer together. And release. You guys, thank you so much for being a part of this series. If you liked it, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what you'd like to see more of on this channel. Feel free to check out my playlist. Make sure you subscribe, and we can always do more peak poses. I think especially if you are a yoga teacher, these can be really helpful to see what poses you can put together and how to use the best language to teach a pose. So until next time, my name is Gretchen, and thanks for joining me live.